Stop applying blindly on Indeed. If you want to move to the Gulf, you need a strategy. I'm going to show you the easiest way to get hired, the documents you need to prep right now, and the one expensive mistake that gets most applicants stuck or rejected. I'm Jo. On this channel, we explore the world and help you plan smarter. Today, I'm breaking down the employment visa process for the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, that's the GCC. And this is a question I get so many times. So I've just decided to do a whole series on this. If you're interested in this topic, then do subscribe to the channel, because what I'm going to do for the next few weeks is to run you through all the process, but take one country. Today's topic is going to be on the Gulf, what they generally do, which will give you an informative, view on it. But I'm going to take Saudi Arabia, how to get a work visa, every step of the way. What you have to do when you get here. So my first advice is do not use Western platforms. Use local portals. And this is where I will talk about a very, very important tool here, because some of the portals won't allow you to get into them, especially when you're browsing from outside of the region. So having a VPN is very, very mandatory, and not mandatory, but it's very, very important. That's why I've got a very good deal for you from Surfshark. You get 86% off and 3 months trial when you use the code in the description. So do use it. So the mistake many people do, stop looking for jobs on Western platforms. If you're looking for jobs in the Gulf, use the local portals. But this is where it can get tricky. The 3 main portals that are there are Naukri Gulf, which I'm on here now. We've got 𝐵𝐸𝑖t, we've got Gulf Talent, which is very, very popular for those searching for jobs in the Gulf. So Naukri Gulf, for me, I used a VPN to say I'm based in the UK. It didn't work. What is happening is you have to use what? A VPN. And that is how come I have a great deal for you in the description below. For Surfshark, 86% off, 3 months trial. Just use it to search for your job. And you come here, search for jobs, use location. And you got UAE here. And then whatever job you are applying for, just scroll through. Make sure you keep a data of it. The easiest way to track is by using an Excel sheet. Whatever job you apply for or you list as, having a potential, just put it down. Then if there's any contact on there, just put it beside it. And after you've gone through all these countries that you want, don't limit yourself to just a few jobs. Apply. After applying for the jobs, just make sure to follow up. And when you follow up, how many people follow up when they apply for jobs? You will know that you'll be counted, especially if you have called them or emailed them. They know that this person is very, very serious about it. So we go to 𝐵𝐸𝑖t, and it's almost the same thing. Just look for the jobs here. The country, is it Saudi Arabia, Dammam, Eastern Province, Jeddah, Jubail, wherever you want to work. Or search for the jobs and then see which ones will come up. When you open it up, Saudi Arabia, it's better. It helps you get so many jobs coming in. And then we go to Gulf Talent, which I knew Gulf Talent when I was in the UK. So that's what I'm saying, it's a popular platform. So you've got the jobs here. They even do courses here. So the jobs, you put your job in, and then the country, and then find your jobs. But remember to track. And also to track it very well. So even if you've called someone, you know that you've called them, so you're not going to call them again. Next is updating your CV. Photo isn't often required. It's a standard in many sectors, so take note of that. The second step is sponsorship. So sponsorship is your employer sponsoring you to come and work. So you don't get a visa before, getting the sponsorship. You get the sponsorship, meaning you get the offer letter. Then you get your visa. That's how it goes. So you get your offer letter. Some would require you to do medicals, and then they apply for the entry permit. Then you fly in, do medicals again, with some, and then you do all your processes and you start work. This is how the process goes. But then there are a lot of things that go into it. There are a lot of things you have to provide as well. And this is why you have to subscribe if you really want this series to know the exact process when coming to Saudi Arabia, for instance. Now we get to the paperwork no one tells you about, and this is called attestation. It is where people get stuck and people are even rejected. Every certificate you have to attest it, meaning you have to verify it. So wherever you did the degree, if you did the degree in the US and you were staying in the UK, you have to get it attested in the US for you. So this is where it gets really tricky and people get stuck a lot. This is a point where you do not want any document that you have or any certificate that you have not attested. It will be rejected and sent back to you. So I'll tell you the scams to look out for, but before then, let's talk about budgeting your move. It's very, very important because do not think that you move to the Gulf and have no money on you at all. You at least need a 1 month rent. If your employer is not funding your hotel or funding your accommodation, this is where your offer is very, very important. How you bargain for your offer is very, very important and crucial before you get in. And then transport, because you're going to move around, and if you are in, let's say, Riyadh, then there's transport. If you're in Dubai, then there's transport. If you're in Jeddah, then transport isn't so great. So at least plan for your rent, for transport, and for food if your employer is not covering all these things. Having $2,000 to $5,000 would be a good amount to have, because at least you can rent your short-term accommodation before you are given accommodation or before you look for your long-term accommodation if your employer is not sponsoring you on accommodation. Now, the scams to look out for. So legitimate companies will never ever ask you to pay for your recruitment fees or for your visa fees. Everything is catered for by the company if you are sponsored. If they ask you for money upfront, then run. So as I've mentioned already, I'll be doing a whole series on this. I'll take Saudi Arabia as a country. So do subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notification so that when I upload, you will know. But you can come to this video and I'll link the videos as they come along on this video here. And do well to check out the VPN link in the description below, because it's going to help you to go onto Norway Gulf to look for jobs. Set your country to a location which is close by and it will allow you to browse. Because I used Turkey, for instance. So that is the tip there. The process is you secure your offer. Remember to bargain well for your offer. And then you attest your documents and let the employer handle your visa, because normally they will do. Now that you know how to get here, you need to know if you can afford it. Check out this video on the cost of living in Saudi Arabia.